I don't know if that came through. Welcome to the Three Dudes Brews. Now batting number 26, the designated drinker, Buddy Money Thayer. Welcome to another liquid edition, liquid journey as we travel down Beer River. Join us for Three Dudes Brews, the last call. When I think about drinking good beers, and when I think about drinking good beers with two great dudes, I think about these two dudes right here. Hey guys, how you doing tonight?
What's going on, buddy?
Folks?
The Doctor and the Greek.
Yeah, sorry.
Guys, what number? Yeah, it's live. Shit happens live, Ed.
We had some technical difficulties.
Doc's having a day.
Doc's is having a day.
He needs a beer or two.
I'm representing number 26 for my man Wade Boggs, which we'll talk about in a little bit. What number are you guys representing over there?
So I've got good old number 16 because that's the number I always wore.
Oh, that's nice, Ed.
Yeah, I played all the way up till community college, and I wore 16 the whole way.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool, dude. Nice. Cheers. What position did you play, Edward?
I was a pitcher and right field.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Good for you. I was a catcher.
Buddy.
Happened, but cheers. Costas, what number you representing for Three Dudes, and why is it sacred to you?
76. It's the year I was born. Year of the bicentennial.
That was the number that I wore at LaSalle Academy for their football team for 2.5 years. So cheers to number 76, dude. That's a great one. But I think of drinking good beers, and I think of baseball. One person that comes to mind, which is tonight's special dude of the month, guys, is none other than our video guy, the guy who's behind the scenes of almost every Three Dudes production, batting fourth, number 15, Joe Britland. Welcome to the show, Joe.
Dude.
What's going on, Joe? The camera guy.
Guys, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
of course.
Hey, that jersey looks pretty good on you there, man.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. It was a nice surprise.
Looks a little snazzy.
Yeah, I like it. It's like a Red Sox City Connect, except it's not.
Exactly. I don't know. I got mixed feelings about those City Connect jerseys. I don't know. Sometimes
they're not terrible, dude.
It's different.
The marathon ones or the green ones?
No, I like the green ones a lot better.
Yeah.
The marathon.
I love the marathon ones. I think it's such a weird left turn from anything that you normally see in the area. But they're pretty cool. The only thing is they're very close to being UCLA Bruins jerseys, which is a little weird.
Yeah, it is. It is.
For sure.
But so we've got a fun night filled of beer, baseball, food, snacks, hot dogs,
memories,
friends. I mean, we got a little bit of everything, I think, tonight.
The curveball, the slider, coming right at you guys.
A couple. So let's start off with what you guys drinking.
Well, let me start tonight, guys. Let me start because I usually defer to you, gentlemen. So tonight, gentlemen, from the lovely state of Vermont, is beautifully crafted, and it's not the Guild. It's not anything by the Guild, which is my glass. It is in the spirit of the nice, beautiful, sunny weather and the yellow can and the yellow jersey. I get a yellow beer, sip of sunshine, Lawson's finest. Very delicious. It's a double IPA. It's eight bags. Percent alcohol by volume. Hold on, let me give you a little sippage.
Yeah, I almost grabbed some of those the other day.
It's got a little bit of bitter in the background to it. It's clearer for a double IPA. It's not clear, but it's very delicious. I got 4 of them warmed up, so it should be an interesting night here at the arena.
Well, you know what I think it is, not to get off topic. I mean, we're talking beers anyway, but I think it's just we've gotten so used to in this region of seeing the hazy IPAs with the New England IPAs and everything else. So now we see a clear IPA and we're like, what the hell is that?
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, next. Joe, what you drinking?
Joe, what are you doing?
Slight cardinal sin because I don't have a craft, but a new this lemonade seltzer from High Noon, but it's a lucky one. It's Dave Portnoy's Dog Peaches. They did a lemonade seltzer that actually is the right amount of lemon. Really don't get any kind of hard taste at all. It just tastes like a tart lemonade. It's actually really good. It's pretty refreshing for a nice summer day that we had. So I've been enjoying these.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
been like ridiculous today. What was it? 91, 92, something like that.
I don't know. I was in the pool. Couldn't tell you.
Been up there myself for a little while.
Working from home, Joe. Awesome.
No, I had today off, so today was a nice day.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Not bad. Costas, what do you got going on, dude? Mr. Beer.
Well, we just recently had Father's Day, and the kids decided to get us matching beers. So we're starting off with Angle Tree's Morgan's Lemon Shandy.
Oh, that's adorable. A shandy. Oh, God.
Shandy, yes.
Isn't it? I thought it was the greatest thing in the world. I was like, really? We got a beer full of fridge, and we get to try them out. Fantastic.
Oh, would it be a fridge full of beer?
Yeah, I mean,
that
a beer full of fridge. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Okay.
You had a few
That's
beers
what kind
already.
of day Ed's having.
Listen, that is the kind of day that I'm having today.
But it's a beautiful beer. It's got very light flavor. It doesn't even really taste like there's any alcohol.
Does a shandy qualify as a beer, Costas? Is that like a beer?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's always usually a lager, and then they'll add whatever fruits and stuff they're gonna do to it. But it's not a sour, so don't if you haven't had a shandy before, you guys need to think of it as like the lemonade of beer.
Yeah, lager with natural flavors.
That's all I think of is that
4.5%.
Yeah, I mean
Del Shandy. That was
The Del Shandy Narragansett.
From Narragansett.
Shandy.
That's so
well.
dark,
This is definitely not.
Yeah, this is not the Del's one.
So the first time I had a shandy was a buddy of mine when I was where the hell was I? Missouri. Anyway, he introduced me to Lightning Kugel.
Yes,
because I was local for him, where he was from, and I'm like, I've never even heard of this funny named beer. What is this? And let me tell you, this shandy is pretty damn good. They got some good beers. I mean, some interesting ones, and still, I'm pretty sure still family owned. They may have sold. I don't know. I think they may still be family owned.
Yep.
But good stuff though. So, hey, quick fun fact, seeing as how we're doing the baseball thing tonight. Did you guys know that the first beer sold in a ballpark was around the 1800s?
I believe it.
I did not.
Sounds about right.
Like 1884, I think it was. I think I saw that same article, but go ahead.
I mean, feel free to chime in. There's different. I think I've seen like 1852. I've seen later. They can't nail down exactly what beer it was.
No.
But, they think it was one of the local at the time, one of the local Pittsburgh beers that they were able to get, and then Prohibition happened. You
gotta figure, Ed, that baseball started probably pre-Civil War. And in those days, I don't know if you guys have seen the incredible documentary by Ken Burns, Baseball. Holy shit! But
dude,
awesome, so awesome. But in the first episode, the first inning, if you will, they talk about town ball being in like the 1840s and 50s. It's just being like a loosely organization of what we know today, and then it developed into more clubs. They called it back in those days. I'm sure, like these clubs had wherever they were drinking. I'm sure they had their own representation of ale from the town or from the city they were, the region that they were in. But yeah, it was more regional. It was more, like little counties of baseball.
Yeah, I mean, we still refer to teams as clubs, right?
Yeah.
Ball clubs, everything else.
Ball clubs. Yeah.
So what I was reading is that they were saying they could have chosen from Iron City. I'm probably gonna butcher this name. Duquesne. Anyway,
yeah,
Duquesne, and then
college.
Yep, and then Fort Pitt beers.
Oh, nice.
They're thinking it's probably one of those right around there. That was the first one to be sold, and what I'm seeing is also 1882. So right around then, buddy. Right around then, 1882, 84. Yeah. So crazy though. Crazy to think that
About 150 years.
Yeah. It's been quite a while since the first beer was sold, and to think, what would we do without beer at a ballpark? Would it even be a ballpark, Joe, if we went and we couldn't grab a warm beer?
A warm beer. I don't.
We'd probably spend less.
Overpriced warm beer.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. Believe me.
I have a guys. I have the price of beer at every major league ballpark. We can do like the top.
Do you?
Maybe
Nice.
the bottom 10. Yeah, of course.
Nice.
Went out and found the fun facts for tonight's show. When I go to a ballpark, it's usually Fenway Park, and beers at Fenway. On the list, they're ranked 5th highest.
Oh, I thought they were third.
But I think it's probably higher now. I think this list dates back from like early this year. I wanted to say the last time I was at Fenway, it cost at least $12 for a beer. But I was at a concert, so I don't know if it's the same as at a ball game, but I would imagine so.
The last ball game I was at in the U.S. was in, let's say 2013. I think it was right before the Twins were born, so maybe right around 2013, early 2014. Anyway, so it was at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah,
Sox versus the Yanks. I had my Sox gear on, loud and
wait,
proud.
old Yankee Stadium or new Yankee Stadium?
New Yankee Stadium.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? I've been to the old one too, but it's gone.
Right.
So it kind of makes it hard to go there.
It does.
But it was there. I want to say it was like $11 for a Bud Light.
Even
back then. So
back then, yeah,
it's ridiculous to think what they're charging for beers. I mean, and they know that's where they're making their money. They're like, hey, these jokers want beers. They're gonna pay whatever they want.
You can't bring in your own. If you want it, you got to buy it there.
That's just it.
So
what do you do?
Of course. Yeah. At Gillette, I can tell you, the last time I was at Gillette Stadium last year for a football game, it was like $15 for like a light beer, like a Buddy Light, a tall boy. But then it was like $17 for like a craftier beer, like a Sam Adams or something. Like what?
They have Gillette. That's a little off topic, but Gillette has craft beer. Can they usually have which is nice because you really don't see that at stadiums, but they do have a small handful of
Wormtown
actual craft beer. No, was it Cloud9 or something like that? There's
Cloud9, yeah, right.
Yeah,
Cloud9's good. Yeah, Cloud9's a good beer.
Yeah, Gillette's got quite a few different varieties of beer, different craft beers.
Yeah,
but
they do a pretty good job.
Again, I haven't been. I think it was at the Elton John concerts I went to last year or whatever, and it was just the prices are ridiculous.
Yeah, guy.
So I have never seen an event at all at the new Gillette since it's opened. I have never been there. Yeah. I've been there. So the last time I was there was for the Patriots send off to the Super Bowl. And now we're talking football instead of baseball. But anyway,
yeah, we're off topic.
So that was the last time I was there. But I've never been able to go there because it's so god darn expensive. I mean, Jesus, you can't. The average family can't go see a football game anymore. But anyway, back to baseball.
Back to baseball. But
the
thing
about football, the difference from baseball, you can go to a football game and you get drunk on your own beers before the game. And then go in and not spend a dime with baseball. It's really kind of hard to do that.
At least at Fenway, anyway, there's really no tailgating because there's nowhere for you to go.
Yeah. And who the fuck wants to pay like $80
$60 to park?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
There is a really good, not a bar. There's a place an establishment that I'll go to. It's right across from the MGM, which is on the back end of Fenway Park. It's like an old bowling alley. We've been going there for years before, like Pearl Jam shows.
It's the candlepin lanes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and their bar is always empty, and their beers are not like $200 a beer like anywhere else in Boston. And they have the beer towers, which is always really good for me. So it's always a good time. But baseball games are rather expensive. Getting into that, guys, the price of beers, I can do a share screen.
So hold on. Well, I mean, you can do that, or we start running down the list. But I'm curious, who's got the cheapest beer in baseball?
3 guesses. Go ahead, guys. I'll tell you the price.
Cleveland.
Is $308 a beer.
I'm gonna say Cleveland.
Really?
No, not Cleveland. Costas
is the sorry.
Go ahead, Joe.
Go ahead, Joe.
Brewers?
Not the Brewers. No. Their field is named after a beer, and it's not Milwaukee. Costas, any guesses?
Colorado?
Colorado is correct. $3.08. for a beer at Coors Stadium.
Yeah, well, they're like $5 and $100. If you were charging $20 for beer, it would skunk and go bad. Nobody's there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. They're the worst team in baseball by far, right? Oh. It's terrible.
But still though, please, $3.08 a beer, Fenway. Come on, you can match it.
$3.08 a beer. So the most expensive. Can you guys see what I'm saying? Do you see what I see? All right, here we go. Do you see what I see? All right. So the most expensive beer in the nation is in the nation's capital, Nationals Park. $15.40. We can assume that, guys, that this beer is probably like a Miller Lite or like a Buddy Light or something to that effect, right? So $15 for one light beer.
People don't realize how expensive DC is. DC is not a cheap area to live in.
No.
It is very expensive. Everything you're going to want to eat, drink, whatever, you're going to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got some good food down there, and they got some good, for the love of God, if you haven't been to Ben's Chili Bowl to get a half smoke, you haven't lived, but you're going to pay.
So why is it that you can go to Colorado and a Coors Light is going to cost you $3, under $4, but then you come out anywhere else and the same exact beer is going to cost 4 times that much?
The water flows from the mountains, Costas, and that's how they make the beer.
Maybe.
I get that, but still, come on, 4 times the price.
Yeah, it's a little excessive.
That's a little crazy, don't you think?
And dude, if you're a Colorado Rockies fan right now, you want to be like intoxicated at these games because they suck.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you really, really do.
Just saying.
So, okay,
going back to the list, gentlemen.
No, moving up the list.
Moving down the list, at number 2 is the Baltimore Orioles Camden Yards. Iconic field, but $11.29 for a beer.
Right on the outskirts of DC.
But
right next door,
I paid more at concerts.
Right next door. I paid $12 at the at Ravens Stadium for a beer. I bought one beer there, and then there are a million. This is the wonderful thing about Baltimore. Right around the stadium, there are like a million breweries. It's probably like 10, but they're really, really great beers. So don't waste your time at the stadiums, guys. Move your way around the city and enjoy the good beer.
So, on that note, hold on 1 second before we get to the next one.
Yep.
So July 7th, we're going to be at Fenway.
We're at Fenway.
Good times.
Mighty Squirrel.
Yeah. Yeah, we should stop at the Mighty Squirrel, guys.
We need to stop at the Mighty Squirrel. So, anyway, I just wanted to put that out there before I forgot about it. So,
pre-game before we go to Fenway, for sure. So, all right. So, the next one, of course, is the Chicago White Sox. The next one is tied. It's the Chicago White Sox and the Boston Red Sox are both at 1079, which I don't know. This article came out in 2025. The last time I went to a Sox game, the last time I went to a Sox game was last year. And I want to say it was more than $10.79 for a year.
Well, it's probably median price, though, or it's probably priced at the cheapest beer, if I had to guess, or something to that effect, because they do have one of the better hazy IPAs you can get. You can actually get them outside of Fenway now, but the Fenway IPA, I think is a phenomenal beer. And those, I think, they're not expensive. They're anywhere from $10 to $12 if you get them from the stadium. Again, that's expensive in the grand scheme of things, but I don't remember Fenway being that expensive. I'm pretty sure Gillette's the perpetrator, but I don't think Fenway's that bad.
Since the Sox won the series, it's done nothing but go up.
Yeah.
Every year, up and up and up and up and up. It hasn't, I don't think there's been a year where it stayed stagnant. Don't get me wrong. We're all paying for the construction, right? Oh, you want to sit on the Green Monster now? Yeah, guess what? Pay me.
Right.
So
it's so expensive. The Monster.
That's just it. We're all paying for it.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? Not to mention the fact that it's a tourist destination.
That's what they want it to be now. They don't care about the average fan.
They don't. That's just it. They're catering. Yeah, they're catering to the tourists.
And you could see it at home games. I think this year's been a little different because there were higher expectations. But last year, they were drowned out by Mets fans, Dodgers fans, Yankees fans show out, Cardinals fans. There was a high amount of Cardinals fans when they came into town. So it's sad. It's sad where they're at right now.
Yeah, it's
again, going back to the prices, it's so damn expensive for everything. We're going July 7th. It's what, a Tuesday night that we're going to the game?
It's a Monday night game.
It's Monday.
Okay. So yeah, Monday night game. And you throw in parking or transportation if you're going to take the train.
Say we
Take
the
the
train.
tea. We'll take the tea cost.
First of all, the ticket prices. Then
Yeah.
you throw in transportation. Then
Yep.
you throw in food,
Yep.
beer. For the 5 of us, it's going to cost a lot of money.
In the thousands.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now imagine my kids say, "Hey, Dad, we want to go to a baseball game."
Right.
I got to take out a freaking loan because
Yeah, and drive 40
Yeah.
minutes into Mass
Yeah.
now. You can't just go around the corner.
Right.
and that's just it. Not to mention, like you said, Fenway has no parking, so you got to park in one of the lots that they got around there, and they rate you at the lots.
Or you park at the Prudential Center and you walk up, and that's
Fuck that,
Yeah,
dude.
even still,
I've taken the T the last 25 times I go to Boston.
yeah. I
take the
take
T.
the MBTA and walk from Back Bay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and well, on game days they have a stop too. So I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, it's easier to go from Back Bay than it is to try to cram in and out of the Fenway stop. But it's you got to take the train.
This will be the first game I've gone to in years.
Yeah,
I used to do paw socks all the time because being from the bucket, it was literally down the street, and I
Right.
could take a dozen people to McCoy Stadium for what
Mhm.
what it would cost for one ticket to Fenway
Mhm.
Park. Free
Sure.
parking, and you get concessions were like a couple bucks, $3, $4, $5 or whatever. And we would go all season long. We would go to like a game like every other week.
Listen,
And then they had stuff like, what's that?
God bless minor league baseball.
Yeah,
That's
they
all I
had
can
stuff
say.
like Star Wars night, Marvel night,
Yeah.
fireworks. They had all these different things that you could do. It was always family friendly, and
I
I'm
don't
still
have it up
salty.
now, but I used to have my right here in the middle. There used to be a Star Wars Paw Sox jersey.
Oh,
Nice.
It fell off and I didn't put it back up, but then I got my Garcia Parra one there, and I have a couple of them now.
Yeah, free giveaway nights and
Yep.
give away like all kinds of stuff or whatever. You're not going to get anything given away anywhere for free at this point.
Not anymore. No,
But
Well-
again, I'm still a little salty about losing the Paw Sox.
I think we all
Fenway
are.
does
Yeah,
some
oh my
cool
God,
giveaways.
dude,
They've
for
done
sure.
some cool jersey giveaways this year. I'll give them that. They did a Star Wars night. They
Yeah.
did I think an Italian themed night where they gave away an Italian jersey.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
they got a
They had
Greek
another
night that I
night.
wanted to go to, but they've got a Greek
Grateful
stuff.
Dead.
Yeah,
They did a Grateful Dead night, and they gave away a
Yep.
Grateful Dead themed jersey as well.
nice.
But they're doing that one because it's now a tourist attraction, and two because I think
Right.
last year they
Everybody
felt,
else is.
Well,
Yeah,
last year they felt was the first time they really felt the lack of interest in the team because of the lack of spending, the lack of ownership involvement.
right.
Ownership's more worried about Liverpool, and now the second English soccer team they're trying to buy in the La Liga, and it's just the whole thing.
Well,
They're doing like every single ethnicity, every single nationality is getting a night. So
the Sox.
as a Greek American, or American of Greek descent, I'm all about it or whatever. Celebrate your heritage, but it's very touristy.
Oh, yeah.
feeling.
100%.
For sure. Yeah.
Let me tell you, the Sox should have learned to keep the focus on baseball and not other things when they had the whole deal with, we've got to back this theater production.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Yeah,
You sold the whole team though, dude. It's not just Babe
keep your eye on
Ruth.
the ball.
Yeah, it was the entire baseball team. The Red Sox who were winning World Series became the New York Yankees, who then won World Series, and we never did it again for 86 years.
So-
It was absolutely terrible.
But I think before we get back to to the beer list here, because I'm really curious to see some more of these. We have our next beer is we're drinking Hero 95s.
Hero 95.
So personally, I'm not a big light beer guy. I've had I've done my stints of Bud Lights and Coors Lights, and I'm not saying they're bad. We just did the light beer challenge not that long ago. Go back and watch it, folks. Not bad, but this actually has a little bit of flavor to it.
Yeah.
It's not like drinking, rainwater siphoned through an old, tank. Yeah, so. But anyway, that's what we got right now.
Hero
really quick.
95.
Cheers,
Yeah.
guys. That's beautiful. Really quick, I know Joe's gonna get going soon, but
Yeah, dude.
before he goes, and while we got to talk baseball a little bit and beer, Joe, I know we talked about this a little bit pre-show, but thoughts on the Rafi Devers trade and the course of our beloved Boston Red
Yeah.
Sox.
This is a great
For the
spot for me to say
2025
something
season.
and then
And
run
then
away
leave?
so nobody can clap back. But they're in a horrible spot short term. They're in a good spot long term. I think it is ridiculous to pay $30 million a year for someone who's going to primarily DH, who's unhappy with the team. The issue, though, is more, I mean, there's stuff coming out about the front office where they're using AI to interview candidates like through 5 rounds of interviews before they actually speak with someone. Craig Breslow is freezing out employees and firing guys because they say things he doesn't like. John Henry clearly was the one who mandated this trade with San Francisco. Now, I personally really like the lefty Kyle Harrison that they got back in the deal because this kid was a top 25 prospect last year, doesn't even have a full major league season under his belt. So everyone wants to throw around like, oh, he's got a 4.5 ERA, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's in 25 starts, I think. I mean, this kid hasn't even touched his potential.
No.
Andrew Bailey, from what I understand, knows of him or worked with him a couple years ago in San Francisco. So he has the potential to be at least like a good 3-4, if not higher starter. So I love that player in the deal. The issue is, the James Tibbs that they got doesn't have a high ceiling. Really good player, could be a great starting outfielder, could not. I mean, he's just doesn't have a high ceiling. Lottery ticket reliever, and then Jordan Hicks, who they also got. I mean, he's a great arm, isn't healthy. And he's bounced around between starting and relieving, hasn't found a ton of success, but has been a highly regarded reliever. So they didn't get enough. They took the highest, the best offer they could get that cleared the deck of his contract, and it sucks.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see them get Kyle Harrison, and San Francisco has a first baseman, Bryce Eldridge. That would have been great because they don't have any first base prospects besides Blaze Jordan, who has been in their system for 5 years, and the kid's still like 22. They need more at that position. I think Casas, I mean, that patella injury is career altering. I mean, he may never be the same player, unfortunately. So I would have loved to see them get more in the trade. They got a great arm in Kyle Harrison, but it's still not enough. I mean, Devers is a generational player. Whether or not he's unhappy, I mean, you work it out for a guy that's gonna. His OPS was like 950 or something like that. I mean, having a career year at the plate. Whether or not he was poisoned in the clubhouse, I mean, you figure it out until you can get a better return. Someone's going to get crazy and want to pay off his entire salary and give you a top prospect. But they cut bait, and it was just so quick.
Exactly. They were really quick to get him out of the clubhouse. They really wanted to get him out of town. Like you said, Joe, I think if they had waited till like the end of the season, with the way he's been going, they would have had a lot more bang for their buck. I think the offers would have been a lot better.
Even the deadline, I mean, they had feelers out with the Braves. They had talked to there's another team, I forget who they were talking to as well. But, I mean, you have these teams that they may have shut you down now. At the deadline, they may be getting a little crazy. And you sold him for Kyle Harrison and then some bubblegum just because you wanted it
basically,
out of your and it just is weird, and I don't like the direction that the team's going in. But that being said, if the money gets spent, which it probably won't be, but if the money gets spent, they sign some guys, they extend Bregman, they're better off in the long term. They're not better off now. They still need some bats that can actually hit home runs. They need Roman Anthony to mature, Mayer to mature. Campbell just got sent down. But they're not better now. They're better 2 or 3 years from now.
So, Joe, I'm going to leave you with this because I know you got to go. What is it with the Sox and just grabbing people that are injured or have had injuries or are like 40 years old? I mean, I know it's not the case this time, but we have this like record of grabbing people either at the end of the career or they've had issues, physically. And it's like,
it's 2 things. They are either, and this one is the less of the 2, but it's either someone that they were in love with 5 years ago that they can finally afford now, or
bargain shopping.
Exactly. It's the second thing. It's like Walker Buehler, Lucas Giolito. They signed Patrick Sandoval, who a lot of people probably don't know of or forgot about, who has to Tommy John, who's not going to be available until, if we're lucky, the middle end of summer. They like bargains. They like guys that they can throw money at really short term. They're not putting money into the long term.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, they don't want to spend money long term to improve the team. They want to get bargain bins and guys that they can have short control over and then move on. And unfortunately, and this will be the last thing I kind of leave you guys with before I leave, but unfortunately what it comes down to is ownership isn't interested in having a winning baseball team. They're interested in maximizing profits. There's rumors that they're selling or looking to sell the Pittsburgh Penguins or their majority stake. I heard a rumor that they were looking into buying a team in the La Liga over in Europe. They, weirdly enough, they traded Devers, and around that same time, like a day or two before, they had just posted a German soccer player for 150 euro to come play for Liverpool. So a little weird that you trade Devers, the Giants, his entire contract, and that 250 million you had in escrow that you couldn't touch now comes right back into your wallet that you can then use to cover your English soccer team that just won the Premier League. I'm pretty sure, I think Liverpool last year won the Premier League, if I remember correctly. Could be wrong. I'm not a huge soccer guy, but just from things, I think it was either last year or the year before. Either way, ownership's not interested in fielding a winning team. They're just interested in lining their pockets and making as much money off of the team as possible.
Thank you, Boston.
Yeah, but on that note, gentlemen, I will talk to you. Sorry, I'm jumping off so soon.
No, sorry.
No worries. It was a late start.
No worries. Get you on again.
We had a rain delay. Rain delay.
All right, guys.
All right, Joe.
Cheers, Joe.
Peace, dude. See you around, kid.
So
we want to go back to the beer list, guys, because
I'm just curious, like, who is like middle? Who's like
middle? Okay, so
middle ground. Let's get the middle ground here.
Let's go to middle ground. Okay, so nope, that's the wrong one. Hold on, middle ground. Okay, so 1079 for Chicago and for the Red Sox. If you go middle ground, we'll go to like this 30 team. So we'll go Oakland Athletics, or like a terrible baseball team.
Well, I mean, it's Oakland. Yeah. Sorry, Oakland fans.
719. Right.
It's still not bad. That's something you'd pay at like a restaurant if you were going out, sometimes some breweries. So
Yankee Stadium, Ed. I don't know. There's some contradiction here. This is 93.5 and W107.5. The Fan. I don't know where they're out of. It's a radio, obviously, but they say that at Yankee Stadium it's $6.17.
Nah, bullshit.
That don't sound right.
This article is dated March of 2025. So
maybe on like their dollar beer night they reduced them to 6 and change, but nah, I call shenanigans on that one.
Shenanigans. Detroit Tigers, Comerica Park, 544. That's not bad for a beer at a ballpark.
Well, no, and it's Detroit, so they have to. I mean,
a lot of Canadian beers, I would imagine, which isn't terrible.
No, but it's like nobody's going into Detroit, spending $12 on a beer.
Yeah,
you go to the worst beer named stadium in the country, Busch Stadium in St. Louis, and it's $5.39 a beer. Probably got a lot of Busch, which is absolutely terrible. But they're probably more used to that than we are. Miami, it's $5.14. That's a nice stadium too.
Yeah, well, it happened to the old one,
right? Tropicana Field at number 20. It's $5.14. Going all the way to the bottom now. Let's scan down to the bottom, guys. The Atlanta Braves at 26. SunTrust Park $5.13 for a beer. Again, really reasonable. The Atlanta Braves were almost in the World Series. They were in the NL championship game last year.
Yes,
the Arizona Diamondbacks won the World Series a few years ago. $5.13 a beer. Boston, take a hint, guys. The Angels, well, they don't make any money in it. Well, no, the Angels, it's $4.62 because they traded away Ohtani.
Yeah,
they traded him away.
Who just had his pitching debut, right? Couple nights ago.
He just started pitching again, and he did pretty well. The Babe Ruth of modern baseball.
Yeah, dude.
Rogers Stadium. I've been here. It's in scenic Toronto. It's right near the Needle in Toronto. the cleanest city in North America. I think, I don't know. I haven't been to many cities in North America, but it's for beer. It's hold on. I'm going up. I'm going up. I'm going up. There we go. 456. That's not bad at all. I don't remember. I don't know if I had beer when we went there. We went to see my wife and I on our honeymoon. We went to go tour the state of it and whatnot. It wasn't a beer. We didn't have a beer, but okay. So Ed, did Ed go pee? Are you okay, Colossus? Can you?
Me, I'm good. Hey, I just wanted to pause for a second and point out James's comment. Mr. Rogers pointed out that Crafted Hope this Saturday, turning out to support Megan, local beer tender, right? She's got a GoFundMe going on, but Crafted Hope, they're releasing a blonde ale to support her GoFundMe and her recovery after a significant burn while camping in New Hampshire. And we're gonna be there on Saturday. We've printed out a bunch of stickers that you can purchase. All that money is going to go towards helping pay her bills. So
you guys.
Good on you, James, pointing it out.
Look at us, guys.
Yeah, so we'll be there. We're going to be at Crafted Hope probably around noon, 1 o'clock, somewhere around
noon
there,
o'clock.
Right? Noon o'clock. Well, actually, no. I think might be more like 3 for me, but
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna be there Saturday. We're gonna show up and we're gonna support them and
yeah. So like I said,
drink some beers.
We don't know what the stickers are going to be yet, but whatever the price is, like you said, everything's going to her.
Yep.
And to help her out. So, we did our part, and if we can do more, we'll do more. So
yeah.
But I was thinking, I don't know where you guys left off. I'm sorry, I had to run back to the clubhouse for a second there. So, hot dogs and beer and baseball.
Yeah,
it's the perfect trifecta. Right. I mean, seriously, you don't see anybody. And if you're doing this, I'm sorry, you're wrong. You don't sit down and have a burger and a beer at a ballpark.
I do.
You're wrong.
Sometimes I do.
Sausage, peppers, and onions, kid.
Yeah, outside.
Yeah. Portobello mushrooms.
Although you can take it in now.
Oh, yeah.
But when you go inside, I'm sorry.
Their food has gotten a lot
better.
Even the hot dogs. Food has come a long way.
Even the hot dogs. So I want you guys to hear some of this. So I was looking at, who had the best hot dogs in Major League Baseball.
Fenway Park.
No, we ranked 7th on the list that I have. So, and this is a relatively recent list. But the Cubs have the number 1 spot with their foot-long hot dog.
Oh, wow.
Now, wait a minute now. So they broke it down to price per inch. That's hilarious. 54 cents per inch, folks. Wow. Hey, why not? 7 different toppings, creativity score. So anyway.
Sounds good.
So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a Chicago dog. And if you put ketchup on a Chicago dog, let me tell you, they will run you out of town. They will kill you. You may never be found again. I'm sorry. Anytime I go through, O'Hare or Midway or whatever, I always make sure I grab one if I'm waiting around for a bit. But anyway, so Diamondbacks were number 2. I'm just going to round out the top, the top 10. Diamondbacks were number 2 with their extra long, foot long Sonoran style hot dog.
Giggity.
Yeah, dude. So LA has the Dodger dog. They're number 3.
San Diego Dodgers.
Padres. Right. The Padres have a Barrio dog. Okay.
Barrio
dog. Barrio. Yeah, that's the Rhode Island thing in me. So anyway. So anyway, so they're sitting there at number 4. Texas Rangers have the boomstick. Everybody knows the boomstick. The Braves have what they call a perimeter dog. I don't know what a perimeter dog is.
Makes me think of awful inappropriate things that I don't want to put on there.
But it's got sweet bacon jam, lemon, pepper, Dijon mustard. So when we talk about when we talk about how the quality of hot dogs has gone up over the years, Geez, that
It's
that
not
right there.
Oscar Mayer wiener, right?
For the love of God, I mean, it's got sweet bacon jam and lemon pepper Dijon. Holy shit, guys! So then, beloved Fenway Frank at number
best.
7,
Number
Fenway
1.
Frank. So it should be. But you know what? You know what kills me? And we're gonna pause here for a second. The last time I was at Fenway, well, it wasn't the last time, but the first time I took my wife there, it was her first Red Sox game. All I kept saying was, I can't wait to get in there to grab a warm beer and a cold hot dog. I gotta have my Fenway Frank. I need my Fenway Frank.
Mm-hmm.
I get in there, get my beer, I get my 2 Fenway Franks, I take a bite into it, and I'm like, what is this bullshit that I'm eating? Because let me tell you, this is not a Fenway Frank. You know what happened? Aramark happened.
Oh, yeah.
That's what happened. Aramark. So let me tell you guys, all you folks in there, I swear to God, I hope they've changed it by now. It's been a few years. But if you're thinking that that's the Fenway Frank, it is not. It is not the Fenway Frank. I'm sorry. It's not. So number 8,
not the droids we're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. Number 8 is the Rockies with their Rockies dog. Real original, guys.
They suck.
The Mets at number 10 with their
Nathan's the Mets
food.
Even more, dude. What the Mets?
Yeah,
fuck
but Nathan's,
fuck Juan Soto.
Nathan's is a good hot dog. Yeah. You can't knock the Nathans. And number 10, Cleveland, the Indians with the slider dog.
They took Tito. Of course, it's a slider dog. Of course, it's
the last team, because we gotta acknowledge the last.
Yeah,
is the Miami Marlins with their Gator chili hot dog. It's probably made with real Gator.
Probably. The team isn't that good, so they need.
Would you think? I would think it's probably. No, if you're telling me I'm getting a Gator dog, I hope it's made with real Gator.
I would have to try it just to say that I tried
it's a hot dog.
I mean,
it could be made with anything, guys.
Damn! Here it has Gator meat chili.
That's meat. That's what I thought.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So there is Gator in the Gator dog.
In every single bite, guys.
On the Gator dog.
Oh man.
Honestly, when I go to Fenway, I don't yearn. I used to yearn for the Fenway Frank because it's the Fenway Frank, but that's not what I go for anymore, guys. Right out there on Yorkie Way, Yorkie Way. Whether it's April or September or God willing October, the sausages on goddamn outside of Fenway Park are way better, wicked better than anything that you'll have inside the park.
From what I heard, you can actually take them inside now.
Oh yeah,
I heard. I don't know how true it is. I heard we'll have to find out on the 7th. But I heard that if you get a sausage and peppers outside, you are allowed to bring it in, which is something that was just unheard of before.
All right, so we gotta go to Cloud. We gotta go to the Mighty Squirrel.
Then
we gotta go to peppers. We gotta go to Cask and Flagging because it's probably on the way anyway. And then grab an Italian sausage right outside. And then go in and maybe have one $15 beer
and or a Rem dog.
Yeah,
because you got Rem dogs out there now too. So
Red dog.
Remy.
Oh, Rem dog. Oh yeah. Of course.
Of course. I found another list that you guys might find interesting.
Yeah.
What's that?
The wackiest food.
Okay.
2025. The wackiest food at the ballparks. The Chicago White Sox have a celebration cake shake to celebrate their 125th anniversary. I mean, do you think
the worst team in baseball?
I mean, do you think milkshakes when you think of baseball?
Brings all the boys.
When I think of the Chicago White Sox, I think about the Chicago Black Sox. And how they cheated. No, Shoeless Joe is a great guy,
but the Rockies have dessert nachos. Okay, not too crazy.
They need something to draw people into because they're the worst team in baseball.
Yeah.
The Astros have the Daddy Mac dog. So I got to read this thing because let me tell you, the Houston Astros seem to have things covered with the new Daddy Mac dog, a foot-long Angus beef hot dog topped with chopped brisket, mac and cheese, barbecue sauce, crispy dill pickles. Oh my clogged arteries.
Two, please.
Oh, my own dude. Let's go to a baseball game.
Let me tell you. Oh, Houston,
Oh, yeah.
I love you guys because damn. I mean, we
Houston's
all know
doing it right.
Texas is barbecue country,
Yeah.
but
Chew the food, and you won't hear them banging on the trash can down in Houston.
oh my god!
What do you get? What do you get next for us, Ed? Because I haven't eaten it. I'm drinking it.
Wicked
I know,
hungry.
I know. The Kansas City Royals have a blue velvet whoopie pie. Okay.
If I'm in Kansas City, I'm going to get some ribs. I'm just saying.
Right.
And they have a slugger dog. Now, this one, here you go, guys. So, a corn dog in and of itself isn't exactly crazy, right? You have to admit the slugger doesn't look like your average Frank on a stick. Indeed, this beauty is made of chorizo, manchego cheese, then dipped in a tempura batter, and a Cool Ranch Dorito crust when drizzled with an avocado aioli.
Oh God!
I swear.
That sounds terrible.
Now, I'm curious what
My
they're
arteries are hard.
I'm curious what they're charging for these things because some of this stuff I don't know, man.
But that's what I'm talking about. Is like the parks, like their food has
crazy.
They've stepped the game up.
Yeah,
they've stepped the game up.
You know, food wise, like
I mean, it's no longer popcorn, peanuts, and Cracker Jack.
Right,
Yeah.
which I still love and I still appreciate.
I will still come back though for the guacamole, whatever the fuck that all was.
I know.
So much better than fucking Cracker
Dorito
Jack.
corn dog,
which are only so good. You can only have so many Cracker Jacks, I feel, until you get like something like that. That's just like so much better. I don't know.
So what do you think the Yankees would do? If you had to think, New York Yankees, crazy ballpark food. That I mean, I guess you could have it with beer if you really
like
wanted to.
Mariano Rivera shaped
Rivera rat
hot dogs. I don't know.
Is it a river rat?
It's gonna be really small and tiny and bite size.
Like the A-Rod elephant ear baseball glove or something.
Oh.
No better moment in baseball history with Veritek like squeeze A-Rod's fucking face with his glove.
Oh,
like,
he deserved it. Every inch of it.
That was great.
So the New York Yankees this year have a tiramisu and a little baseball helmet. Now, don't get me wrong.
That's cool.
I love ice cream out of a baseball helmet.
I was gonna say, ice cream out of a baseball helmet.
All day.
Oh, dude.
But they're doing tiramisu. I'm not gonna run through the whole list, obviously, but this is just some of the craziest stuff. The Pittsburgh Pirates have a Polish cannonball. Fried bites of deliciousness, combining the 3 building blocks of Polish food: egg noodles,
cabbage,
kielbasa, and
Kielbasa,
cabbage, and cabbage with
Sounds
bacon
good.
and cheddar cheese. So these things,
I would definitely order that.
These are gut bombs.
Whatever.
No, dude. Don't get me wrong. It sounds delicious.
That's what that is.
Yeah, that's a gut bomb. And they have chipped ham empanadas. I don't know what a chipped ham is.
Where's it said, Ed? Where's
this? Is at the Pirates, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a ton of Polish in Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah,
true, man. Right. There are a lot of Steelers fans too. So
let me find some. Oh, this is like straight up San Francisco,
the land of the fruit and the nuts.
Careful.
Chipotle bowl.
So miso ramen and a shoyu ramen. I mean,
ramen.
Listen, I mean, you gotta cater to your demographic, right? I mean,
a lot of
God,
Asian Americans.
Yeah,
that would make a mess though. I'm thinking ramen. I'm slurping noodles at a fucking ballpark, dude. That would be.
Now listen,
I would get teriyaki over my 3 Dudes Brews jersey. I don't know.
We couldn't pull that off in Boston because there were too many people bumping into you. The seats are too narrow. You're gonna spill hot soup down somebody in front of you. We couldn't pull that off in Boston. Not at Fenway.
It's tight.
So the Rangers are doing a boomstick burrito. That's too crazy. Toronto, all you sons of bitches. Cotton candy fries.
What?
I hope to God this shows up on the screen. I got to show you guys.
Cotton candy. What?
You got to see this. Can you see that?
Like,
look at that. Jesus, it's ungodly.
Is it
I
like the
mean-
French? Is it the French style where they have brown gravy
No,
and French
poutine.
fries and
I
cotton
mean,
candy?
Oh my god.
I'm all for poutine, but
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is just. Oh, what? Let me read this. Hold on.
That's it. That's at Rogers Stadium in Toronto.
Cotton candy sits atop fries that have been drizzled with some sort of blue sauce.
Oh
Oh God.
no,
Is blue sauce even legal anymore?
Just,
fucking
I don't think
Canadians!
it should. If it's not illegal, it should be. So,
Ugh.
despite our best efforts, we cannot get an accurate report on what the sauce actually is.
Oh
Mystery
god,
sauce.
Oh, some poor reporter like.
Tito juice.
Let me tell you, they took one for the team right there because
Oh,
if you
that's
can't
terrible,
even
dude.
determine what it is,
Why would you? Why would you put those two? That combination is terrible.
I have no idea.
Cotton candy with anything outside itself is terrible.
No
It's
idea.
just,
Yeah.
it's just sugar.
So, I mean, I keep saying
Ugh.
so. I got to stop that. I need a better transition than so.
Well,
And not either. That's a bad thing, folks. When you're
I
talking.
mean,
I had
Yeah.
I had some random 21 random. I don't have to read them all, of course.
No,
21
but
random baseball facts. I mean, if we're doing a baseball beer show,
hey,
I'm sitting there drinking beer and I can read baseball facts.
and we'll come back to the food.
We'll come back to the book because honestly, Ed, you're making me wicked hungry, dude. Anyway, the
I've
first
got
fact
more.
is Hideki Matsui of the New York Yankees never spat on Yankee Stadium turf because they consider it sacred. While I hate the New York Yankees, I would love nothing more than to walk on the grass at Yankee Stadium and I don't know, maybe like squat over and take a dump. But I mean, for baseball, for baseball, for history. It is definitely one of the more sacred regions of the country. Yeah.
So, before we get off the Yankee Stadium, do you remember when they were building the new Yankee Stadium?
Oh God.
There was a worker who had managed to like bury in the concrete underneath of I believe it was the dugout of the Yankees
Jimmy Hall?
dugout, a Red Sox jersey.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And this guy would have gotten away with it if he just kept his damn mouth shut.
Oh, he talked about it.
He ended up, I guess, blabbing to God knows who. The Yankees caught wind of it. They dug the damn thing up and then billed the guy for the time and money that it took for them to do it.
damn.
Right? All you had to do, dude, just keep your mouth shut.
Until the
That's all
cement
you
dries,
do.
it's all good. Yeah, right.
Like,
Nobody needs to know.
Shut up. And they never would have known. And we would have had a Red Sox jersey under the Yankees dugout cursing them forever.
Forever cursing those motherfuckers.
Right? Anyway,
it's ugly. It's awful.
Sorry, I had to bring that one up.
It's okay. No, that was a good fun fact. That was a good. Another fun fact about a Yankees trivia: more people have walked on the moon, 12 people, than have scored an earned run off of Mariano Rivera during the postseason. 11.
Listen,
he was a crazy pitcher. Go ahead, Ed. Talk about it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He was wearing the wrong jersey, but I would have taken him any day as a Sox.
Oh my God. But it was for us to during that comeback of the 2004 ALCS, that miraculous comeback. I don't know. I think some of those 11, I think are 2004 Red Sox players. I want to say at least because at least Ortiz, he hit the grand salami. I want to say it was off of Rivera. What do you guys get going on next? What are you cracking? Pringles? What is that?
You see that?
What?
Pringles beer can chicken. Miller
Oh, I
Lite
get some Miller
beer
Lites in the
can
fridge.
chicken
That's
Pringles.
good. Nice. Mine's not that, but that's good. Those are tall boys too, huh?
Yeah, go on.
I'll proceed. Next in the countdown, another Yankee, fucking Yankees. Babe Ruth often placed chilled cabbage leaves under his cap during games to defend against oppressive summer heat. Yeah, his swing, his batting stance still amazes me. It's still like pure power. CJ Nikowski was the first MLB player to have his own website. Have no idea who he is. The first and only total lunar eclipse, here we go, fuck you Yankees, in World Series history coincided with the Red Sox winning Game 4 of the 2004 Fall Classic ending their 86th wait for a championship. As Boston celebrated, the moon above Busch Stadium in St. Louis was red, a rare cosmic nod to the storied forbearance. Gentlemen, do you remember where you were when the Red Sox won the World Series? Go ahead, let's tell that story. Go ahead,
I was in Missouri.
I can't say where
wow.
I was.
I was in Missouri. Everybody was going crazy. I had a guy that I worked with who was a big St. Louis fan.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter was born that March. My oldest daughter was born that March of that year.
Yep.
And I remember we came back. I was actually in bed watching the game. Jamie had already passed out. She fell asleep. And then I woke her up because I was cheering and screaming so damn hard I scared the life out of her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was in Providence. I was working for an establishment called Club Eagles at the time. It's no longer there, and neither is Louis. But I had watched a few weeks prior to that. I had watched the Red Sox beat the New York Yankees in that miraculous, unbelievable series. That was that World Series right there. And when we came back from like 3 games down, that was incredible. Watched the Red Sox win the World Series, run through the city and streets of Providence, screaming, Red Sox! I called my dad, like tears, like talking about my grandfather and the years that he was a Sox fan and like how proud he would be that the Sox finally won a World Series. But one story that I have that I remember a good friend of mine told me about a month ago now. He's like, I remember when I was in. He's like, we watched the Yankees lose to the Red Sox in the ALCS at Bradley Cafe, where my great grandfather would go every day after leaving Brown and shop for a beer before I walked home. Side story. And he's like, we watched that happen. He's like, then I went to Ranger school, and he's like, I went and dove like head first, paratrooping into the swamps of Florida and the deserts in Arizona and all this crazy shit. He's like, the drill sergeant came up to me. He's like, Ahern. He's like, you're a Sox fan, aren't you? He's like, yeah. He's like, they just lost the World Series to St. Louis in Game 4. He's like, sucks, huh, bro? He's like, yeah, what the fuck, blah, blah, blah. He's like, dude, I finished Ranger camp. He's like, I'm one of like 22 out of like almost 300 people who graduate Ranger school and made it through. And he's like, I called my girlfriend for the first time in like a month, and she's like, hey, I'm getting ready to watch the parade in Boston. And he's like, what do you mean the parade?
What parade?
And she's like, the Boston Red Sox, they won the World Series. It's that parade. He's like, what the fuck? I thought they lost. I thought they were out of it. So that's I remember that. I hold on to that. That's like what a douchey sergeant he was, but of course that's military ball busting. So.
Oh, of course, but I hope to God that Jeff was able to get back at him, because that if nothing deserved payback more.
Oh, I know. What a kick in the balls, dude, huh?
Yeah.
After seeing that miracle that happened in the ALCS.
In the ALCS, yeah. And then only sports team that's ever done it, by the way, folks.
Right.
Nobody else has ever done it.
Costas, where were you? Where were you when they won the World Series for the first time? Were you watching the game, or were you at Chili's? What were you doing?
No, I'm pretty sure I was at home.
Yeah,
watching the game, and it was an emotional time.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because you're watching those players or whatever, and like it was just witnessing magic, and like people were like out in the streets and like just losing their ever-loving minds because it had been so long, and like you just couldn't believe that it was real. People were just like,
did this actually just happen?
Are you shitting me? Did this actually happen?
This couldn't have happened.
Did they actually win? Or is like because it had been so long. Like people died waiting.
My grandfather never got to see them win a World Series.
My grandfather never got to see it. My grandfather met Ted Williams. He met Ted Williams in Florida, and he never got to see Ted Williams win the World Series. Right. He was born in 1917, the year before the last year before they won the World Series for the last time, and his whole life.
There were people that were born and they lived an entire lifetime and
Never got to
never
see it.
saw their team win the
Nope.
World Series or whatever. And that's just like, again, it's just sports. It's just a team, right? But to
Yeah.
people who are like
Passionate.
diehard fans,
Mhm.
you know, and like from the 2000s to like for 25 years, Boston has been so blessed. You know, when you're talking
so
about like
blessed,
the Bruins, like the Celtics, the Bruins,
Patriots.
the Patriots, the
Fuck
Red
Patriots.
Sox,
But yeah,
like
all the rest of them. Yeah, hell yeah.
yeah,
Fuck
but
the Patriots.
whatever, yeah.
Ugh.
But all of these teams, like if you look at all of the championships that were won by all of the four,
Yeah.
you know, all the four
Oh, yeah.
major, you know, sports franchises in the New England area, we are just so blessed, and you don't see that like anywhere else, and it's just wild.
And my beloved New England Free Jacks have
Mhm.
also won the championship. They won Major League Rugby. If you guys
Right.
have never watched rugby, you need to. But they've also won the championship for us here. They've got
Oh
a
my
banner
God, so many,
hanging up in
so many.
good old Logan Airport as well, right alongside
Yeah.
everybody else. You know, so.
Didn't the Revolution win at one point too? I believe. Did they?
No, the Revs have never won the cup.
Oh, I thought they
They've
did.
come close,
Anyways,
but I
Anyway.
digress.
Another fun fact about the Boston Red Sox, gentlemen. Derek Lowe, if you remember Derek Lowe back
I
from
do
the
remember Derek Lowe.
2004 postseason. Oh my God, he was the man. He won the clinching game of each of the Red Sox series during the 2004 postseason: the LDS, the LCS, and the World Series. Fun facts,
Holy shit!
right? How do you get that? How do you get that honor?
Yeah, that's just it. I mean, I was there watching it, and I don't even remember that. Jesus.
Yeah. That was a
crazy.
total blackout. In the early 2000s, there was a British baseball team named the Yorkshire Puddings. No, seriously. Yeah, I don't care about that. I'm gonna skip down a little bit. Eric Hinsky somehow has won 3 World Series rings with the Red Sox in 2007, the Yankees in 2009, and the Cubbies in 2016, despite playing a combined total of 123 games for those teams. There are 162 games.
That's
in
you
one
want to talk
season,
about the luckiest bastard to ever get traded in the world,
right? And he just
right?
Hey, let me get your ring. Hey, let me get a ring from there. Hey, let me get
Yeah,
ring.
I mean,
Yeah.
what the hell is that about?
That's totally gaff. Mike Hampton held the record for the largest contract in MLB history for 2 days in December of 2000. His 8-year, $121 million deal with the Colorado Rockies was usurped by 48 hours later by fucking A-Rod, that piece of shit. 10-year, $252 million contract with the Texas Rangers.
Now listen, I know Mark. I know Mark Ambrose. I know you're watching. And let me tell you, I don't care what you say. That cheating son of a bitch got everything that was coming to him.
Oh, I hate A-Rod. He's such an asshole.
Anyway,
such a dirtbag. Such a dirtbag.
Anyway,
what are you drinking now, bud?
Speaking of dirtbags, no, actress Eva Longoria. No, that's stupid. Craig Breslow, who's our current general manager of the Boston Red Sox, and Ron DeSantis were baseball teammates at Yale. The former is now in charge of the Red Sox, and he sucks at it. And the latter has the designs on the White House. That's just another fun baseball fact. Between 1998 and 2014, the Red Sox never won on the 15th of August, the birthday of Ben Affleck, one of their most notable fans. Boston lost 15 straight games on this date, bridging the era of Goodwill Hunting to that of Game Girl. Fun facts. Another fun nauseating fact about New England sports. Tom Brady, the worst quarterback of all time, was the last athlete drafted by the Montreal Expos to retire. Brother of Joe, and a very good ball player in his own right, Dominic DiMaggio, brother of Joe DiMaggio, was the original co-owner of the Boston Patriots, the NFL expansion franchise that later changed its name to represent the wider New England region. Fun facts. A former big league pitcher, Jake Peavy, has a full-scale replica of Fenway Park in his backyard. His backyard is a 2,410-acre hunting plantation to be precise, but still pretty cool.
Can we move there? Can we go
Dude,
like hang out with the dude?
You have your own Fenway Park in your backyard. Can I go there and have beers and play in the stadium? That's
you want to talk about life goals? I mean, Jesus.
Right? That's definitely one of them. And one of the last ones here tonight, gentlemen. Barry Bonds, the steroids hitting home run champion, walked 2,558 times in his career. This equates to 230,220 feet down the first baseline, which in turn amounts to 43.6 miles, roughly the distance between San Francisco and do you know the way to San Jose. Those are the 21 random. I didn't give you all 21, but the random baseball facts I have tonight to present to you.
I want to touch on the food thing one more time before we go.
Please.
Because baseball, as we know, is not just an American pastime anymore, right?
Right.
The Japanese love.
Oh my God, Japanese are great in baseball, right. Dude.
Koreans love their baseball. So I have some food traditions from some of those countries, right? Some countries outside of the U.S. that these folks love with their respective beers. So Japan, takoyaki. Takoyaki are fried octopus balls if you've never had them.
Oh,
so they are a little different. I love octopus.
And you love balls, so I imagine.
I was waiting for this son of a bitch. Anyway, the weird thing with takoyaki is like you get to in the middle of them, and everybody thinks they're like underdone, but that's really how they're supposed to be. Anyway, they have yakisoba.
Ooh.
They have karage, which is their fried chicken. You know, they've got flavored popcorns and stuff like that. Canada, of course, poutine. I mean, could you really go to a Canadian baseball game and not
French fries and gravy? Hell yeah, and beer.
Then they've got different barbecue items such as smoked brisket, chicken, ribs.
Oh my God!
So South Korea
brisket.
So I gotta pull up some pictures of this sometimes. But I went to a baseball game in South Korea. Remember, buddy? Remember we had pitcher Young Kim?
Yeah, dude.
I went to where he played in Korea.
Oh wow.
He played for the Kia Tigers. I got to go there and check out a game. And ironically, I have a picture with some Red Sox fans. Some of the locals were Red Sox fans because of the fact that, you know, he came to us. So one of the things that they had there, you'd see people like tearing apart what looked like jerky, right? They're like, oh, they're eating beef jerky. No, it was squid, dried squid. And they're just ripping pieces off this dried squid. Now, it's interesting. Kimchi noodles, deep fried spicy rice cakes, braised pig trotters, which I'd never seen those anywhere. And chimmak, which is, sorry if I've said it wrong, but it's a fried chicken and beer. So the good thing about going, the stadiums there was different. Like you would pay for an area to sit in, not a seat.
Really?
So you'd pay for this one particular area. That was your admission. You'd go and you'd sit wherever you wanted to in that area. Also, you could bring food in from the concessions outside. So we had a guy outside who was selling fried chicken and beers. Beers were $2 American a can. And the fried chicken, I think, was less than $10. And when I say fried chicken, I'm talking like a whole fried chicken. Yeah. So you got this big ass bucket of a whole fried chicken. We would get 2 cans of beer at once, and you'd sit in there, and it's like, you know, you're spending not even $10.
Oh boy,
you know, it was ridiculous. You know, so those guys there, let me tell you, the Koreans, they know how to do baseball food. You know,
for sure.
so there was a couple Americans obviously that were doing the stupid American thing, and they'd be like, oh, that stuff smells. Oh my God, what are they eating? What are they doing? I'm like, dude, you are in their country.
Mm-hmm.
You're there. This is where they live. This is what they do. This is how they go to the games all the time. So do what they do.
Right. Exactly.
Do what they do. So it was a good time. I mean, a good time. We ended up I found out later on that following weekend that we were actually on Korean television.
Oh, wow.
Me and a couple friends ended up on Korean TV, and it was interesting.
For sure. I would do it. I wouldn't mind going out to Tokyo or Korea and seeing a baseball game, because I know that baseball is pitching takes on a whole different lifestyle out there. But I've had like clients from the Dominican Republic who grew up to play baseball.
Dude,
I would love to go to some of these like Caribbean islands just to see just to watch a baseball game. I tell everybody all the time, we're from New England. Take an hour, drive up to Cape Cod, and go to one of the Cape Cod baseball games. You
go to the Cape Cod League.
Cooler beer. You go to a high school field, and you watch the guys playing baseball who are getting drafted by major league teams.
Yeah,
and you're going to be seeing these guys in major league parks in the next year or two. Go to these games and bring your own beer and like see some great baseball. It's really a immeasurable opportunity to see like guys that came up out of like Pedroia and Veritek. They all came up out of the Cape Cod League, and
well, I mean, look, and then it's like you look at Ortiz, Ramirez. I mean, the DR. I mean, you get these people out of there, and it's just like they're playing baseball their whole lives, dude. They'll stand there outside at the corner. I mean, you'll see fans just completely arguing and debating and talking baseball. It's a whole lifestyle out there for those guys. So, but
I think it's time to
wrap it up.
Before we wrap it up, guys, talking about baseball and beer and the combination of two, I got a quick video to show you. It's I'm wearing, so I wear number 26 for Three Dudes Brews, the
craziest son of a bitch I ever known.
Craziest son of a bitch third baseman for the Boston Red Sox. He also played a stint for the goddamn Yankees, and of course
we forget about those Rays. But at least he got his ring. I'll give him that.
He did get his ring. Good for him. Probably one of the coolest personalities in sports I think that I've ever had the pleasure of interacting with. Outside the game. So I'm gonna play. So he's known. This guy. Of course, we're talking about Wade Boggs, number 26 for the Boston Red Sox, fuck the Yankees. He's got there's a legend about Wade Boggs that he's drank 100 beers on a flight from Boston to LA. This is the actual clip. This is his video of an interview with Wade Boggs talking about that historic beer drinking. So here we go. I'm going to play this for you right before we sign off.
Not at all. I 1980, 1988, 89. We're leaving Boston. And Sunday day game. And we're leaving Boston. We're flying to LA. So you pack some roadies to the airport and all of this. And you got them in your case and all that.
Very excited.
So you pack some roadies to the airport. And depending on traffic, you don't want to leave yourself short.
Yeah. Okay.
So you get on the plane, and I was playing blackjack with some other players, and was taking a couple sips, and I'll take another one. And dealing, and take a couple sips. Yeah, I'll take another one. So I was like 2 sipping beers, and we're probably over Nebraska or somewhere like this, and card game's going well. And one of the players looks at me and goes, "Boggs, you realize you've had like 51 beers?" And I went, "Really?" Didn't seem like it. Yep. Okay. All right, cool. He says, "We still got another hour to go." I said, "Well, let's see how many we can get then."
Yeah, buddy.
So the final tally was 73. We get off the plane, and so 5 or 6 of us decided to go down to the Red Onion down in Laguna Beach, and wound up having a total of 107 was the final total for the day.
How did he find the damn place?
Mark Langston. And wound up going 2 for 3 with 2 walks and 2 doubles off of Mark Langston the next day.
Holy shit. That's awesome. With the hangover the size of the Rock of Gibraltar, let me tell you.
Killing it, dude. Dude, let me just really, in retrospect, not in retrospect, just to put a period on this beer baseball show. Wade Boggs, Kevin Millar, Pedro Martinez, and yeah, I don't know. I'd love to have a beer with those 3 guys and just talk baseball for like an hour. I don't know.
All right.
It would be more than an hour. So
yeah, it would probably be a few hours anyway.
All right, let's wrap this up. We got some people that got to work in the morning.
Oh, yeah. You gotta okay. So for the doctor and Pat Nord, for the Greekiest man I know, Costas Sangarulli, for our video guy who had to bounce early and put his baby to bed, Joe Brooklyn. This has been me, Buddy. Today there's been 3 Dudes Brews, the last call. Tune in not next week, but the week after as we welcome brewery. I don't know. She's like a beer lady. She gets around the breweries. Lisa, no, I don't know. I don't know. This has been Buddy's day.
That's informative.
Informative. I'll have her name for you. She's a member of that craft beer community.
Duclos.
Cheers.
Seppi Buclos. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Cheers, guys. It's been real. It's been fun.
Cheers.
It's been real fun. Cheers. And